Hello, Eco Gypsy. For a while now I've been looking into some secondary heating sources. Um, I'll show you the setup we've got here in a second, and basically it's very good. It works very well here and it's very efficient. So I've got no complaints with that at all. It's a solid fuel or wood burner that runs 3 radiators and it keeps the place red hot. That's not a problem. The problem is when you're not here to basically to keep the wood burners going. So if I'm away for the weekend, or even if I'm away for 24 hours, you come back and it takes a while to get the place hot again. Obviously, being off grid, I haven't got a 240 option, so all the electrical options, i.e. oil filled radiators, electric heaters, anything like that, they're all out the window, so that won't work. The gas stuff I've looked into, and I've found that a lot of the gas heaters, I don't like the gas heat anyway. I think I don't think it's a healthy heat to be living in. Tends to find that, it encourages chest problems and asthma, and it's just a dry heat. So I'm not overly keen on the gas stuff, but I have looked into it and I found that a lot of the gas stuff it's not terribly efficient and it's very expensive. So the 3 things I really need is I need cheap outlay, cheap running costs, and it's got to be efficient. So what I've found is you can't really beat a wood burner, especially like me. You get a lot of wood and the wood's for nothing. So generally that's the best way for me to go. I'll show you the setup we've got here, and then I'm going to show you what I propose to do. Right, so this is the setup we've got. Basically, we've got a 10k burner in the front living area. This heats the whole living room and kitchen and sort of living area up. It's got a back boiler and it runs 3 radiators. It's on the thermostat exactly the same as a normal house one. And it powers a 12-volt pump. So it's on the 12-volt system. As soon as it hits the temperature, the pump kicks in, pumps the water around and heats the radiators. Same as a standard house. Additionally to the main room and the main burner, we've got a smaller burner in the bathroom. Now, 2 reasons for this. One is this bathroom, that was a shed conversion into the bathroom initially. This is the first thing we done on site, and when I was here initially with the children, and we were just in the trailers, we had this lit, and this was our place where we could get in here, have a shower, get clean, dry the clothes and everything like that. And I've kept the burner in here even though there's a radiator in here, because this is the cold spot, if you like. This is the bit that's the furthest away from the heat source. So having this lit additionally to the main burner, it makes a very toasty bathroom. So again, this is perfect. The main burners are perfect. It's just when they're not lit. So this is what I've decided to go with. A friend of mine's just installed one of these in his living van and he really rates them. It's a 5k diesel air blower. So it runs on paraffin or heating oil or diesel. There's 2 reasons I never pursued these. One reason is the brand name ones are very expensive, 800-900 quid. This is copy, so a cheap eBay one cost £100. It's a 5k blower. It comes with everything you need, all the pipes, all the hookups, the fuel tank, everything, instructor's manual, the whole lot. I think if I was running this as my only heat source, I may have looked into maybe investing a bit more money, but for 100 quid I think we're going to get it in, get it set up, and see how well it works. If it works half as well as my mate's one in his van, then I think it'll be a very good investment. The advantage with this is you can set it on a timer or you can set it to temperature. So if I'm not here and the temperature drops down, or the burners go out, or there's a problem, the thermostat will kick in and this will kick in. So when I get home or when I get back from being away, the place will maintain a temperature. We're going to put it into the bathroom area, which is, like I say, the coldest part of the building, and there's a corridor that links the railway carriage to the bathroom. That's always a cold spot as well. So we're going to have two outlets, one blowing into the corridor, one blowing into the bathroom. So that should keep the whole place nice and warm. If you live in a place which is long and thin, like this is, or a boat, or a bus, or a showman's wagon, you always end up with two problems. You always end up with one end which is freezing cold and one end is too hot. Now I've got the eco fans that blow the heat. What I've found is the cold will draw the heat, so you'll end up with the bathroom being freezing cold and us pulling heat out of the living room. So by installing this, what I'm hoping is we can have a nicer ambient temperature. I'm going to put this together and then get it installed, and then we'll do a little update to see how well and how efficient it's working. So yeah, today a friend of mine's coming over to give me a hand. He's installed a couple of these in vehicles, and it's just handy to have someone who's already done a couple just to talk me through it. So he's coming over this afternoon. I've got some of this, all the stuff out of the box last night just to check everything was here, and I must admit I'm really impressed with it. It's got everything with it. It's got tons of fuel pipe, it's got every nut and bolt and mount and bracket and everything that you could possibly need. I mean, I don't think half of it I am going to need, but it's brilliant to get a product with. I'll get stuff sometimes off eBay and cheap stuff, and it turns up broken, it turns up without all the bits you need, and it's a real arseache. So hopefully today we'll have this installed and see how efficient it is. I'm quite looking forward to it, really. So yeah, keep watching. So this is the area we've got designated for the heater. On the left side of the picture is the bathroom, and on the right side is the railway carriage, and a bit in the middle is the corridor. So we're going to have a blower going forward and then another vent going into the bathroom. So this is the ideal place for it. We've got power here, it's well ventilated and it's dry. You don't get any rain in this little bit, and it's covered anyway. So this is the area we're going to attempt to put it in. Just making a holding plate so that can sit on it, because obviously it's not going to go first. It's got to fit this one. Oh, okay. That right. Drops through, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So we've got to open that up. Right. Where's your bolt? Are you in that? Gentle persuasion. So yeah, believe what you want, believe what you can, right? Yeah. You know what it's like. We'll sort out in a minute. Drill two holes. We'll cable tie that under there. Yeah. Let's give it a bit more. That's the fuel pump. It's the bit I was unsure of. So we've got fuel in the shed, fuel line running over to the unit, and we're going to do a test in a minute to see if we can get it fired up. And the only thing to do after that is messing about, getting the holes drilled through the place. I ain't got the right size hole cutter today, but if we can just do this a dry run, then we know it work. So we managed to blow something up, but it's not my fault. That isn't your fault. It's probably me ignoring the person who did know. Alright, give me 2 clips. No, I ain't got 2 clips. Oh. So we're going direct off the battery. Might be a bear in mind to say that if these are too far from the battery, that won't work. Oh, something's occurring.
Need that pump to start kicking.
How does that? Because on the digital one you have to do a set thing, don't you?
Well, you have to get it from 24 volts, but we're now, that's done that. It does that itself.
Right. Oh.
If I start clicking, we're not really doing anything.
So that's the fan running now, isn't it?
Mm.
So what we've got is we've got the pumps starting to prime because you can hear it clicking. So it's an interesting little bit of gizmo. You press the button, get the power into it, and then it starts to regulate itself, sort itself out. So we should have a bit of diesel coming through this line in a minute. It's now pumping it.
Should be.
Yay! So we've got, it's about 2 in the morning.
Got hot air.
Wicked. So it's definitely running, isn't it?
Doing all the right things now, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just getting that fuel up. That's good, that's hot. There we go. I strategically placed this next to the toilet so when you're having a little poo-poo you can keep nice and warm. So what we've done is, just being a bit safety conscious, is we've cut a larger hole for the pipe. There's not a lot of heat comes off them pipes, but just for safety factor I thought I'd just do that, and then I'm just going to put a cover and plate over the front of them. So that's that one in, fireproofed and inserted. We're going to do another one in the hallway, but I ain't got the pipe for that yet. But yeah, that looks cool. So here we are, nice and warm. Right, we're all done here. Thanks for watching the video. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one.